leave this village. You don't belong here.
Welcome to my channel. Now let's start from the beginning to find out what happened between Wambui and Otieno to get here. In the quiet hills of Migori, a small village in western Kenya, lived a couple whose love had already survived more storms than most people faced in a lifetime. Otieno, calm, brilliant, proud of his Luo roots, and Wambui, resilient, warm, and raised among the strong-willed Kikuyu women of Nyeri. Their marriage, beautiful as it was, had also become the subject of whispers, frowns, and unspoken suspicions from some of their neighbors. For many in the village, it was unusual, almost unheard of, for a Luo man to marry outside his tribe.
Why would Otieno marry a Kikuyu woman? What an abomination. Surely the world is ending. Unheard of.
Are you sure I'm safe here, Otieno? Will they like me?
Everyone will love you as much as I do.
Most people kept their opinions to themselves, but a handful of women, led by Otieno, made no attempt to hide their disapproval. That morning, Wambui saw them gathering through her small window. Otieno and her Mean Girls Rural Edition squad showed up at the gate, their faces stern, their bodies blocking the path to her homestead. Wambui stepped out quietly, hands folded before her.
What have I done to offend you? I know I am not from here, but I love my husband. I love this community.
Take this! Is how I got stoned in broad daylight by women wearing mismatched lassos.
She had always known this day might come. She had even warned Otieno years before that tribal prejudice sometimes hid beneath polished city manners. The memory came back to her now, her first sight of Otieno at the University of Nairobi. She had been sitting on a bench with her friends Joyce and Kamau when he walked past. Tall, athletic, dark-skinned, smelling fresh with the look of someone destined for great things. The three of them giggled, like Wi-Fi passwords being shared, unable to hide their admiration. Later that week, they bumped into each other in the library when she bent to pick up a book she dropped. Their hands touched. She accidentally scratched his palm with her nails, and she apologized so quickly that Otieno burst into laughter. "Don't worry," Otieno said, showing teeth so perfect they deserved their own Instagram page. "I'm Otieno, Clinton Otieno, engineering." "I'm Cynthia Wambui, law student," she replied. He held her hand a second too long, then asked for her number, just to make sure the claw marks heal. She laughed and gave it to him. He texted her that same evening, and the next, and the next. Soon they became inseparable, the admired couple on campus. But even then, her friends quietly warned her. "Wambui, he's Luo. You're Kikuyu. These things matter." She brushed it off. Otieno laughed whenever she brought it up. "Nobody believes in tribal divisions anymore," he insisted. Wambui wanted to believe him. After graduation, Otieno soared quickly in his career at Karib Engineering Limited, receiving promotions almost every year. Wambui struggled to find a law job, but supported him tirelessly, cooking, preparing his lunches, keeping their home warm and peaceful. 2 years later, he proposed, their families met, and despite gentle warnings from her mother, Wambui followed her heart. Then came the job transfer to Migori, the whispers and the stares. From the moment she arrived, people looked at her like she was a walking tribal confusion. Some even spat on the ground dramatically. Though to be fair, some Migori residents just spit, period. Still, she tried to make Migori home. Then came the happiest news. She was pregnant. The joy between her and Otieno filled their small house like sunlight. She and Otieno celebrated so loudly, the cows in the next homestead got startled. For a few months, the negativity faded into the background as her mind was consumed by the pregnancy and taking care of herself while she prepared for this new phase of their lives. Until the morning Otieno and her group showed up at the gate. The day after the stone throwing, Wambui went to the market and spoke with her trusted friend Otieno. She noticed Akoth, the known village gossip, the unofficial Migori minister of rumors, leaning closer than onions in a sack. So she lowered her voice strategically. Wambui had decided to let out a secret that she knew would get around. Acheng had been unfaithful to her husband and she had proof. "I am worried," she said to Otieno. "I saw Acheng with Omondi behind my house the other day. It didn't look right." Akoth's eyes widened and she smiled. A smile was so bright it could have powered the village for 2 days. Wambui saw the spark, knew the seed had been planted. Within hours, the rumor had spread like wildfire. By evening, Acheng's husband Jasper confronted her. She denied everything. An angry Jasper stormed to Omondi's house to confront him. Omondi, who was equally prepared to lie after he had been warned by Acheng, who had called him right after her husband Jasper had stormed off. He was ready to deny everything. At this point, neither Acheng nor Omondi knew that Wambui had video evidence. Acheng heard it all. Every whisper, every judgment, and felt every stare slicing her like a freshly sharpened panga. Women whispered louder than usual, adding fictional details because rumors in Migori come with free expansion packs. Someone said they saw her with another man too. Who? No one knows. But it sounded dramatic, so it stuck. Acheng, furious, flustered and breathing like a bull, stormed to Wambui's house and banged on the door like she was auditioning to be a police officer. Wambui opened gently, almost politely, the way a person does when they know they're holding Uno reverse cards. Acheng screamed insults in Luo, accusations, denials, her voice a storm. Wambui listened calmly, then she pulled out her phone, pressed play. "I didn't tell anyone anything," she said. "But what they're saying, it's true. And you know it." There, in HD clarity, was Acheng with Omondi. Acheng's legs wrapped around him like she was starring in Romeo and Juliet, Migori edition. Acheng dropped to her knees instantly. "How did you? No, please, Wambui, delete that. Don't show anyone. My marriage, my children, my reputation." Wambui's voice was steady. "If you stop harassing me and tell your friends to stop, then I will delete this video, and I will never speak of it again. But if you continue, the whole village will see it." Acheng swallowed hard, nodding desperately. "I promise, I will stop everything. We will treat you with respect. Please, don't ruin me." Wambui nodded once and closed the door. Something in Migori changed after that day. The women who once mocked her now greeted her like long-lost cousins. Some smiled, some waved. Some even shared vegetables or chatted with her at the market. The hostility faded, replaced slowly with respect, or at least peace. Wambui walked around feeling finally safe. Acheng, humbled, became almost gentle. She stayed away from trouble. Jasper forgave her, choosing to believe the rumors were exaggerated, but he remained watchful. She had learned her lesson. Never underestimate a quiet woman. Never underestimate a Kikuyu woman. And never, ever underestimate Wambui. And Wambui. She learned something powerful, that strength wears many faces, that peace sometimes requires courage, and that even those who seem weak can change an entire village. Migori was not perfect, but it was becoming home. Because Wambui, quiet, strong, resilient, had claimed her place in it. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments where you are watching from. To hear more tales from Kenya and other places,
Thank you.
please consider subscribing. See you in the next video. Bye.